Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Kryptocraft. I'm here on the Vanilla server and getting ready to set up another community project. So I've got some hoppers, some droppers, and a couple of redstone contraptions here. And I forgot the furnace. Let's go... We should have a furnace in here. Let's go down... We'll go all the way down. I don't know if anybody is still using those furnaces. But let's go down all the way here and pick up a furnace. And what we're going to make is a charcoal maker. And the design that I'm using is based heavily on the furnace maker, the charcoal maker that Generic B used for his Mine Wars. I'm adding one feature to it, which is for his Mine Wars, he was dropping the charcoal down into down a shaft into his mines from the surface, and in this case we're going to be taking the charcoal and bringing it back up to a second chest. I'm just looking for a good spot to put our little building here. Maybe we will maybe we'll put it... I don't want to take up space that Squatch may be planning on using. Let's go and we'll put it right over here. And we're going to just use a little bit of the netherrack to kind of mark out a couple of things here. And basically inside of this will be the back wall. Seems like a good place, for as good a place as anything. We're going to have an input chest, and that'll go down. It'll be out one that direction. We'll get into the mechanics of this here in just a moment. Then we're going to go over to and put our output chest here. I still need to get some signs, and we're going to need to dig out some space here. So what this does... it's a pretty cool little machine, and basically we stick logs into one side, and it will pass them through a furnace and use some hopper mechanics in order to keep the furnace full of charcoal. We have to seed it a little bit just to get it going. But once it's going, it will continuously resupply itself. Make a little bit more room here. And it's a fairly compact machine overall. I think I'm going to use netherrack for my redstone scaffolding here. Just because I can, and that's the way it's going to be. Going to put our furnace here. Get some hoppers out. We'd have a hopper there. We need a bit there and a bit there. That goes that way. That one. This one goes that way. And an interesting thing with the hopper mechanics, which I'm sure a lot of you already know, is when you have a hopper pointing to the side, like this one is... Actually, is that right? I think I have these the wrong direction. Yeah, I have these the wrong direction. Let's try that again. Where did it go? Oh, yeah, into the hopper. Okay, we need this to go that way and... that way. When there is a hopper like this, with a hopper below it, the items will pass... Normally they'd pass just in the direction that it's pointing, but if there's a hopper that is not locked below it, kind of watching for the light level here, then items will keep passing straight down unless that bottom hopper is locked. And if the bottom hopper is locked... Yeah, that's right. Then it will... if the bottom hopper is locked, then the items will flow normally. If the bottom hopper is unlocked, then the items will just flow straight down and follow the hopper path. Now what we're going to do here is get these droppers over here. Go up a couple. Actually, I should put the droppers for this side in first. I'm going to take droppers up. And then we're going to stick a hopper going into the side here. Now, what we're going to do is some redstone magic. I will admit that redstone is not my strong suit by any stretch of the imagination. I am starting to understand what this actually does, but it's still a little bit interesting how it works. And I didn't bring the redstone torches that I need. Let's see. I can make. I only need a couple. There we go. Now I don't have the redstone dust, but that's part of why I brought the blocks. Okay, so what will happen is when there's an item in here, it will turn this comparator on, which will turn this torch off, which will cause this torch to turn on. And then we have one little bit of redstone dust here that this torch will power. And then we put a repeater here on 1 tick delay, and that will cause these droppers to get powered, which will send the charcoal up into this dropper, or into this hopper rather, which will then pass the charcoal into the side, which puts it as the fuel for our furnace. And then from there, whenever the wood gets cooked into charcoal, it will go into this spot, which makes it fall or go down. Oh, excuse me. Let's get some dirt here. Put some dirt there. I guess let's finish the redstone here. We need a... Let's see if we're being stalked by anything here. We need a comparator here. And that goes into another block here. And now when there's an item locked... Like, let's go and we'll stick that in that spot. If there's an item here... item stuck in this dropper, or in this hopper rather, then it will power this line and keep items from going into this hopper. Like if we stick an item there, you can see it doesn't flow down. But if we take the wood out of there, it will flow down, and it should actually be into that hopper. So that's kind of the idea there. Dwayne is actually playing on the server a bit. So that's all of this first part. Now the next part that we want is a way of getting our charcoal back up to the surface into our output chest. So what we're going to do here is... it's getting kind of dark. The sun is going down. That is a very bad thing. May pause here for just a moment. Yeah. I will be back as soon as it is daylight again. I am going to be a coward and hide in here until morning. Unfortunately, with Dwayne on, then I can't sleep to make it daytime. So I'll be right back. Okay, time to get back to work on our building here. Daylight has broke. It actually stopped raining, which is a big plus. And we can actually see what we're doing here. So let's see, we've got our hole here for our droppers. We're going to have 3 droppers that bring our charcoal up to our output chest. And on here, we need to take that charcoal across to the droppers. So let's give ourselves a way across here. hopefully without breaking anything, like, say, me. Let's see, we can close up some of this. There we go. We shouldn't need access to any of that now. I do plan on filling this in completely as we are finished here. And I shouldn't need any of the lower stuff here. Now, in here, we are going to put a comparator right there. A bit of redstone here. And a repeater here. And what that will do is when an item goes into this bottom dropper, I need to put the delay out 1. When an item goes into this bottom dropper here, the comparator will power this block, which powers this redstone, which in turn powers this block, which in turn powers the repeater, which powers actually powers all 3 of these droppers. Now, the behavior I've seen here is that the items tend to get stuck, let's see, in this middle dropper. So what we'll end up with is we'll end up with one. Now if we put another one in here, you can see it went through. There's not one here. There's still one stuck on that last dropper, and we have one at the very top. So basically what will happen is we'll end up with one charcoal that gets stuck here. Now what we can do here is just to get things rolling. I don't want to put all of that. Let's only put that much in. We actually had some of these oak planks sitting here. So what we'll probably end up with is we may actually end up, yeah, you heard it trigger there. We got one charcoal here. Means as soon as this is done, we should end up with a charcoal going into the furnace, just like that. And you can see the next piece of charcoal went around and came into the furnace. So now it's going to keep burning the wood on the charcoal as it makes it. And once the furnace gets filled up to 64 charcoal, then it will start, as it burns more logs, those logs will, or the charcoal from it will transfer over and into the output chest. So let's actually do a little bit of fix up here, because we want to keep all our redstone on the nether brick, or netherrack rather, just because seems like the thing to do to me. And this is involved, so we're going to make that. There we go. Now it's also helps to keep track of what blocks actually are influenced and matter in the redstone programming here. So let's go ahead. We don't need access to our furnace anymore. It's going to just keep filling up with charcoal. All the input we need is through this chest here, so we don't need access to any of this stuff here anymore. Well, we'll end up with one piece of charcoal basically wasted because it'll get stuck in that dropper, but in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. So here we go. And there is our machine. Now then, we need to build a house for it, because we don't want our machine just sitting here out in the open with just a couple of chests sitting there. That just doesn't make any sense at all. So, now that we know where our machine is, now there is a risk that because the machine actually extends back further, that somebody could end up digging in here and breaking it. I guess we could build the house around it far enough out to cover it. And that should be to here. Let's give ourselves a little bit more room from this hillside here. So let's see, the machine comes back to here is the last bit of redstone. So let's put a corner there. And it only comes out to this block, so if we put a block there, we'll be in good shape. And maybe we can do something to fill in the space behind here. Let's see. Let's go... I don't want to make this too big. Partially because it is in the middle of the forest here, but I also don't have a lot of resources at the moment to build with. I have even less resources than I had before as well. I was doing a bit of work in the Nether, working on getting some basic stuff, trying to get some blaze rods and things of that sort. And I actually got a blaze rod, or a blaze spawner set up pretty nice and safe, where I could kill the blazes. They couldn't really shoot at me very well or anything like that. And I was having issues with pigmen sneaking their way in, so I figured, you know, I'm all boxed in and safe. I should be able to kill a couple of these pigmen, and, well, you know, that was all fine. They didn't kill me immediately or anything like that. But when I went to leave, they were still mad at me, and they slaughtered me. I thought I'd, you know, given them plenty of time to get happy and all that jazz, but nope, they were still really mad, and they killed me, and I couldn't actually get my stuff back, so I lost my diamond armor and my good diamond pick and all of that stuff. Very disappointing, but such is life. So once I'm done here, I will, and unfortunately I didn't record anything because I was getting ready to go to a hockey game. I was getting ready to play, so I really didn't have time to actually record. I was just doing a little bit of messing around trying to get some things done. And, yeah, so I don't have any of that on video, unfortunately. Okay, so that's kind of the basic framework here. That should be high enough. Roof on top of that. Should be perfect. Let's see, what do I want to fill this in with? And then I'll chop down a bunch of trees and load things in here to get things going. Ooh, that sun is going down. Kind of want... I don't really think this needs to be completely boxed in. So what I'm thinking here is that I need to think faster. Let's go like this. Let's go like that. Let's put some dirt on my bar for scaffolding. Actually, let's go like... that. How does that look? That looks kind of interesting. It needs a little bit something more here. Maybe like... let's take that out, and let's try putting this here. Take that away. Put one of these. Take that scaffold away. Let's see what we got here. Now it just needs filled in on the other side. And I'm down again. Like that. This could turn into a bit of a nightmare trying to build in the dark. Yeah, I think that'll work. We can actually just carry that back. Yeah, that's gonna work, I think. Let's clean up this scaffold here. We'll do something else to get back up there in a bit. Yeah, that's starting to look okay. And, yeah, it's kind of getting dark again here. I'm going to retreat to the safety of inside. We are back, and it is daytime again. Let us just... Oh, wait. We'll just use this one. That makes sense. Okay, let's make stairs. Where? I heard you. Where are you at? Where did that come from? Could have sworn I just heard a zombie. Still don't know what I'm going to use for the wall material, but we'll get to that after we get the roof done. Not like that. Dang it. Silly stairs. Do what I want. Okay, and I think we will do this. I think that makes sense. Sort of, but not entirely. It makes sense on the front because the front is going to stay open. Let's close up the back and we'll just put slabs across the roof to make it kind of this flat roof. Farm in the spawn area mine. There we go. Okay, so that's kind of the inside. I kind of like that. It's a little bit different. Not perfect, but it fits my sort of quirky building style. Let's just do a simple spruce wall here, and maybe we'll put just fence posts there. To make windows. I think that'll work. There we go. Perfect. And now the only thing that we need to do here is go like this. There. Now we just need the fence posts, and I think we'll be good. We'll need to put... maybe I'll just use the space behind here and put the signs right behind those chests. And that is a very interesting death message. I'm curious about the story behind that. Died trying to hurt a skeleton. Okay, I think we're gonna need... Oops, no, actually I think this is gonna be just right. No, yeah, this is right. There we go. And we are good. That's all there is, all we need for our little machine here. So we could just put logs in here. I want to check and make sure that I can actually cook the planks into... That's what I thought. I don't want to get them stuck, so we'll have to actually load it with wood. Let's grab some more blocks here. And go up. It's kind of a shame to cut down these huge trees, because they're kind of cool, but at the same time, they're also a lot of wood. Cut that. Ooh, and I just about fell out of the tree. That would have been horrible. Chop it Choppa choppa. And get rid of all of this. Wow, there are logs all over the place in this tree. Chop that. Chop more. Go down a little. Chop some more. And I think we just about got all the wood out of this tree. Hopefully. So let's go ahead and we'll toss a bunch of these logs into the furnace. Well, into our machine. Let that go. There's still logs stuck up here. And then we'll go over to my work area, and I'll show you what I've been working on over there. Let's see if... Oh, there's an apple up there. I wonder if that's all gonna be stuck because of the connection to this other tree. That would be a nuisance. Let's break some more leaves. I may have to actually come up here and break a bunch of leaves just to get them to despawn, because that looks kind of derpy all connected like that. Anyway, let's get this going. It's probably going to be a while before we get enough through there to make more, to actually get the charcoal coming through, but the basic machine is all set, all done, and good to go. So let's take a quick trip over to my base over here. At least my first base. It might not be what I use on a real long-term basis, but it's kind of my start anyway. My near spawn home anyway. Let's hop off our horse here. I do need a good name for my horse as well. So I got a little bit of a farming area up here. I've got some melons, some carrots, and some wheat growing up here. Haven't made animal farms yet. I got some reeds growing on the shore. And kind of a basic house, nothing too fancy. Just kind of a square house. Got my bed, a couple of tools up here, and then a staircase down that apparently I can't walk down. Staircase down to a storage room where I got my chests with all the good stuff in them. And yeah, not doing too horrible. All said, I do need to. I'll be going caving here after this episode, so I can recover all of my, or actually start recovering and get built up again here. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!